There is a book that has captured the imagination of scholars and readers alike, shedding light on the earliest days of the Old Testament, Assinister like the Book of Enoch. The Book of Jubilees is a gripping piece of Jewish apocalyptic literature that recounts the history of the Bible. From the beginning of time until the time of Moses, it is said to have been gifted to Moses by an angel at Mount Sinai. The book is divided into Jubilees, and each one lasts 49 years, as it mirrors the tale of creation found in the book of Genesis. However, the Book of Jubilees contains some remarkable additions that are sure to keep you on the edge of your seat, like the origin of angels and the names of Adam's daughters. It's no wonder that scholars believe the book to have been composed between 135 and 105 BC in the 2nd century BC, leading us to wonder who the author might have been. The reason why the Book of Jubilee is not mentioned in the Bible is shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Some say it was left out because early religious authorities deemed it too controversial and subversive. Others speculate that the book was simply lost to the sands of time, buried beneath layers of dust and forgotten lore. Have you ever wondered what secrets are hidden in the Book of Jubilees that made it so controversial and submersive that it was not included in the Bible? What could be the reason behind the book's disappearance and the loss of its knowledge for centuries? But perhaps the real reason why the Book of Jubilees was excluded from the Bible is something far more sinister. Perhaps it was simply too dark and disturbing for the delicate sensibilities of the religious elite. For you see, the Book of Jubilees delves into the shadowy depths of human history, exploring the forbidden secrets and unspoken horrors that lurk in the darkness. This book reveals the true nature of the Watchers, those fallen angels who left their heavenly abode to engage in unspeakable acts of lust and depravity with human women. These angels left their celestial abode, engaged in intimate relations with humans, and produced a race of giants who were destroyed by the flood during Noah's time and later by the descendants of Abraham. It describes in vivid detail the monstrous offspring that resulted from these twisted unions and the catastrophic floods that wiped them from the face of the earth. But that is not all. The Book of Jubilees also exposes the hidden machinations of the unclean spirits and demons that haunt our world, lurking in the shadows and preying on the unsuspecting. It reveals the dark forces that conspire against humanity, seeking to corrupt and destroy all that is good and pure. So perhaps it is not surprising that the Book of Jubilees was left out of the Bible, for in its pages we find a dark and disturbing world that is all too real, a world that few are brave enough to confront. The Book of Jubilee tells a captivating story about the world's creation and the angels entrusted with its care. From the first day of creation, these celestial beings served as God's messengers and watched over the earth. 4 types of angels were mentioned: the angel of the presence, the angel of sanctifications, the guardian angel of a person, and the angel of natural occurrences. And let's not forget the angelic realm of your like and subscribe to keep updated in the darkest books of history. But not all of the angels were faithful to their duties. Some became corrupted and rebelled against God, leading to their downfall. Among the most infamous of these fallen angels were those who mated with human women, resulting in the birth of the Nephilim, a race of wicked giants with incredible strength. The Book of Jubilees offers unique insights into this event, suggesting that the angels involved were actually the wayward children of Seth, while the human women were the descendants of Cain. The apocalypse described in the Book of Jubilee is a dark and terrifying vision of the end of the world, a time of unparalleled suffering and destruction. This passage describes a time when the earth will be dark and chaotic, and reality will be torn apart. In this terrible future, the Watchers will return from prison in the depths of the earth, and the unclean spirits and demons will rise to wreak havoc on the world. The skies will be filled with fire and brimstone, and the seas will churn with blood and foam. The very earth itself will shake and tremble, as if and fear of the horrors to come. The story of the Watchers is recounted in the Book of Jubilees in a manner similar to that of the Enochic literature. The Book of Jubilees also sheds light on the unclean spirits and demons mentioned in the Hebrew Scriptures, Tobit, and Synoptic Gospels by explaining how a tenth of these spirits were allowed to remain on earth. The book weaves these themes into its chronicle structure by relating all historical events to either human cooperation with Yahweh or rebellion against wicked spiritual forces. Humans serve as the bridge between the visible and invisible worlds. Thus, the events in both realms are intertwined. The Israelite armies defeat both the Rephaim and Amorites, and the Watchers are cast into the depths of the earth in the Book of Jubilees. The author considers this to be a general principle of history, particularly in the context of worship, where cycles of worship join heaven and earth and connect humans and angels. During this time of darkness, the righteous will be sorely tested, and the wicked will be revealed for what they truly are. The faithful will be persecuted and hunted, while the evil ones will reveal in their power and dominance. Death will come for all, and the very gates of hell will be thrown open, unleashing a tide of terror and suffering upon the world. But amidst the darkness and despair, there is hope. For the Book of Jubilees tells us that the righteous will not be forsaken, and that in the end, justice will prevail. The wicked will be cast down into the depths of the abyss, while the faithful will be raised up to glory and honor. The Book of Jubilees holds a captivating history, but its survival hangs in the balance. The few remaining pieces of this ancient text have fueled a sense of urgency to preserve it for future generations. As we explore the book's secrets, a new revelation surfaces. Experts note that the book is a testament to the author's unwavering devotion to solar-based calendar. This not only adds a fascinating dimension to the story, but it also provides regulations on holy days that heighten the suspense. From the dawn of time to the time of Moses, the Book of Jubilees offers a unique perspective on the Bible's history, and its theology and culture diverge from the Pharisees and Sadducees. This leaves readers wondering about the author's true intentions, especially given that several Essene texts follow the same calendar scheme. However, despite its gripping content, the book's authenticity and true origins are in question due to insufficient textual evidence. While it may not be considered inerrant scripture, the Book of Jubilees is a must-read for those interested in Jewish apocalyptic literature. The sense of uncertainty about the book's authorship and language adds to the air of mystery that surrounds this ancient text. The Book of Jubilees recounted various biblical stories, including the creation story, Adam and Eve's tale, and Noah's great flood, but with a unique twist. It offered an alternate perspective on these events, including additional details and occurrences that could not be found in other biblical texts. The discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls shed some light on the text's transmission and authorship, but it also raised more questions than answers. Some evidence suggested that the book was written much earlier than others speculated, which added to the suspense surrounding this ancient text. Jubilees was similar to the Book of Genesis, but it wasn't an exact reproduction of its verses. This raised questions about the book's purpose and intent. Was it supposed to supplement Genesis or comment on it, or was it something else entirely? The lack of a single approved manuscript tradition for canonical Hebrew writings before the Common Era only added to the intrigue. The fact that the Sanhedrin rejected the book and did not include it in the canonical Bible puzzled many. Why was it rejected? And why did several of the earliest Christian authors reference and quote from it? These questions remained unanswered, adding yet another layer of suspense to this ancient text. The Book of Jubilees also sheds light on the story of Enoch, who the angels themselves taught the art of writing. With this knowledge, Enoch documented his understanding of the universe, including astronomy, chronology, and the history of the earth. Enoch's writing was significant because it made him the first human to gain his skill, and his works became a valuable source of knowledge for generations to come. Furthermore, the Book of Jubilees provides a fascinating perspective on demonology. which is consistent with the non-canonical books of the Old and New Testaments. This book's unique take on the origins of angels and demons offers a captivating tale of spiritual warfare and the battle for the souls of humankind. Subscribe now to uncover the unofficial chapters of history's darkest books. Hit the like button to explore fascinating insights into ancient texts and stay up to date with our latest content. Have you ever read any unofficial texts that provide a unique perspective on biblical stories?